What's happening, yo? Um, I wanted to tell y'all something this morning. I just woke up. I went back to bed this morning. Said I was gonna sleep. I'm usually up by 5:30. Sometimes 4:30 in the morning. And the day I just said, called my trainer, told him I wasn't gonna train with him this morning, and I just went back to bed. And I said I was gonna, sleep and let the world be the world, and then wake up, work out, go to the office, and then get to it. I want to tell y'all, man, like, don't freak out. I think this is part of the reason why the black community is so easily manipulated is because we're way too emotional. You know, us freaking out is exactly what the enemy wants. They want us to be irrational. They want us to fear, whatever. Because to be honest with you guys, and I kept this aspect to myself because I know that our people are so emotional about their religion and about their politics. Is it that it really didn't matter which way it went, whether Hillary or Trump. I mean, because Trump is not qualified and he a reality TV star, and Hillary is what she was, and I travel internationally and I have a lot of international friends, and the world is really laughing at America. And I'm really surprised that the smart, racist white people let stuff go in this direction. But, maybe they got some playing, we don't know. Who knows? But this may be the best thing that ever happened to black people, maybe in history. Because now there's no excuse. And I'm starting with me. People look to me as a leader, and in so many cases, I try to push it off like, nah, I'm just a humble servant. But the truth is, I am a leader. And I have to become more prepared. I have to be more prepared to speak on our behalf when it's time. I have to do more reading based on the things that will help my people, not just help me become more intellectual as an individual. And I need to do that. I need to tighten up on my grasp on the English language and, different things. And I think that as a people, we need to become more prepared. We need to start today. Like, what's going to happen in our local elections next time. We're going to have to educate ourselves. We're going to have to prepare ballots. We may even have to go as far as creating our own third party. People always are scared about, what will happen tomorrow, but that's not what I fear. I fear about what can possibly happen, or I'm excited about what could possibly happen in the near future. To start a third party, it won't maybe happen in 4 years. It maybe won't happen in 8. But when it does, it'll be very strong for our own people. And then the other thing is, Asians and Russians in America are not really worried about an election as much, is because they build their own communities. Now we're going to have to start building our own communities. It's on us. It's always been on us. And to be honest with you, those of us who are around me, we not really freaking out because we've been doing the work. The people who have been doing the work are not worried. They're not worried because they've been working regardless. We're going to get up and do the work that we did yesterday. So, like, I think the veil of America has been ripped off. The fake mask has been ripped off. And, maybe Hillary winning would have kept that mask on. And we would have further been pacified as a people. So, for me, it's now, what are we going to do as a community? What is the agenda? And I'm going to stop waiting on black people to have an agenda. I'm going to create one. And then if people agree with it, they agree with it. If they don't, then, we'll figure out what that is and we'll move forward. But black folks, like, we got to stop reacting, to them. Because that's I always told people, anger is the devil's remote control. The devil in the sense of what people think. I don't think there's no devil, but I just mean in the sense of what people think. So when you're emotional and irrational, and that's the way they can control us. We have to be planned. We have to be planned and then react. And we can react in whatever we want to. You know what I'm saying? But calm down, man. Like, calm down. And I see a lot of people asking, where's our leader? Like, you're the leader. You are the leader. Like, stop looking for somebody else. That's the problem. That's the reason why we're in the position that we're in right now. We always looking for somebody else. It's you. You do it. The Most High may have laid that on you. So, like, from this point on, what are we going to do to build our community as a whole? Musicians. Are we going to make better music that's more conducive to having a better community? I've challenged myself to do it. I'm doing it. That don't mean you got to make all positive music, but, like, what are we going to do? Teachers. We ain't teaching these kids shit. Just because they tell you not to teach your kids how to write, you need to teach them kids how to fucking write and read. If their smartphones cut off or these people decide they don't want us to be a part of their culture no more, your kids can't even write. You know what I'm saying? Politicians, we're going to have to start putting people in positions that if they don't do something, then there's going to be a certain level of pressure on them. Like, stop begging for other people to do shit. We're going to have to do it. Like, we're going to have to stop being a child race of people. What is the next step? Like, are we going to create our own business? Like, what are we going to do, those of us who have money? Those entertainers who are not speaking on our behalf, then you don't get our money. That's we're going to have to start moving as one. So, I felt like I owed, my constituency a level of relief and then a level of pressure. Another thing I want to talk to you all about real quick is go and talk to your kids about the election. A lot of kids trust me. A lot of teachers trust me. A lot of people call me and they're really worried about, I got so many calls this morning about what do I tell my children? And this is what I told one of my friends who's a teacher in the Bronx. I told her, I said, yo, open up the conversation and sit back and listen. See how they are feeling. They may not give a fuck. Most of them do, but you never know. Just listen and see where they are. They will let you know where you need to go and what you need to talk about. Open their ears. Like open your ears. Open your ears. And listen to them and see where they are. See what they're the most worried about. I know one of my other friends called me about like, yo, my child is asking me how is a bully going to win. I thought, America was fair. I thought, well, we need to stop lying to these kids. This shit is not fair. That's a lie. So I think we give our kids false expectations. That's what our parents did to us. Like, make good grades and study hard and eat your vitamins. That's a fucking lie. America's not fair. It's never been fair. And until we get our own shit and do for our own people, this shit is not going to work for us. So stop lying to your kids. And if your kids didn't have false expectations about this land that we're on, like, they're going to constantly get their heart broken, just like I did for the rest of my life until you become conscious, period. So stop lying to these children. It's time. Somebody said something last night I saw on YouTube, not on YouTube, but on Instagram that was real. Like, bro, Native Americans are getting fucked over real bad right now, and this is their land, and nobody's saying anything about it. Nobody said anything about it while they were campaigning. It's a lot. It's time. Like, my personal belief is that Black people have to get their stuff together, like as a community. But I never understood why the Native Americans, why Latino people, and Black folks, why they haven't bonded in some kind of way. I don't get that, man. Like there's no reason or no need for our communities to, I won't say that we beefing, but we don't really bond. And like they dog us in our own little separate corners. I don't know, it's like white supremacy has us so trained, all of us. Like we react to what they want us to react. We're happy when they tell us to be happy. We befriend who they tell us to befriend. At what point, you know, do we think for ourselves? I'm not gonna harp on. I'm not gonna talk too long. I love y'all with all of my heart. This God Box movement is going all around the United States. So if you want to build with me, come out to one of the lectures. I honestly think this is going to be one of the best times in history because we're about to change shit. At least I am. I don't know what the fuck y'all gonna do, but it's okay. And, you know, Trump said something. He said he's going to make America better. I heard a person pose the question, when has America ever been great for black people? So what are we happy or sad for? There's no reason. The temperature for black people, for the most part, has been the same. You had your boy in office. You know, we had Obama in office. And, you know, like Corey Holcomb say, from a street perspective, it's been worse for black people than it's ever been while we've been living. So what would make you think anything else would change? We had a black president. We had your homeboy in office. And then the other so-called black president that y'all love the most, Clinton passed most of the laws that in jail or put black people in the position that they are in now to be housed in all these prisons. Like, all the things we've been the most happy about are the things that really has fucked us over historically. So maybe this is the greatest time in history. Maybe this is the time that we're going to get off our ass and do something finally. I'm excited. I'm happy to be alive. My name is David Banner. I love you. Go pre-order the God Box, damn it.